Well, it was a great, great atmosphere here for the game tonight. Fans had tremendous energy the whole walk, and we played competitively, but then just couldn't sustain it. So obviously, we have a lot of work to do. We need to do a better job all the way around, coaching, playing, all three phases of the game. Just wasn't up to what it needs to be, and I know we're a lot better than that. So we'll need to work on those things and show it on Saturday on a quick turnaround. But give TCU credit; they came in and did a good job, and they were clearly the better team tonight. They deserved to win, and they did it decisively.
Right here.
Coach Andrew Jones, Tar Heel 24/7. When things started to go bad quickly after you guys went up 7-0, what was the sense of? Was there a sense of helplessness that you couldn't stop it? And what was maybe the key sequence that you thought got your team sort of off rails?
Yeah, multiple things. Anytime you give up 2 turnovers to touchdowns offensively, that's not good. We gave up several long plays on defense, where they gained a lot of yards on one play. So just too many of those. There wasn't any one thing. It was a combination of multiple things. Too many 3-and-outs, too many long plays on defense, and then 2 turnovers. Well, we had 3 turnovers, but 2 turnovers, touchdowns. You can't overcome that.
Given the short week now, how much teaching can you do from this video ahead of Saturday?
Yeah, well, we'll use the time best we can to, like I said, correct the mistakes from tonight and move on, and then get ready for Charlotte. So they've got a couple extra days here, and they came off a disappointing game themselves. So we're both a little bit in the same boat here. But yeah, we got a lot of work to do, and we'll get at it.
Back to Bill.
Hey, Coach Chris Asher of Tar Heels on that side. You guys had a lot of missed tackles tonight. How much of that has to do with the limited amount of time you had to prepare for this game is when it comes to tackling?
Yeah, you said it. We got to do a better job of tackling. There's no doubt about that, and so we're just gonna have to work harder on it, tackle better. There's no secret to it. There's no pill you can take. You just got to have to tackle better fundamentally and get more guys around the ball, so we're not so many tackles in space.
Back left.
Yeah, Jeremiah Holloway with Inside Carolina. You alluded to it a little bit, but after that first drive, it was time to struggle offensively to get points on the board. What in particular, from your vantage point from the sideline, was TCU doing to kind of get you guys out of rhythm from the offensive standpoint?
Yeah, look, they just outplayed us. They outcoached us. They were just better than we were tonight. That's all there was to it. They controlled both sides of the line of scrimmage. Their skilled players played well, and they did a lot more things right than we did. So, give them credit for being the better team. They certainly deserve it.
Back right. Brian Murphy with WRAL. Coach, could you assess how Gio Lopez played, his injury status, and if you saw enough from Max that job is open or maybe open?
Yeah, we'll see how Gio is. They took him off, took a look at him. Hopefully it's not too bad, but we'll see. Give Max a lot of credit. He came in there after being off for a long time and hung in there, made some plays. In a tough situation. So give him a lot of credit for what he did tonight. But we'll take a look at it after we see where things are at here and go from there. I don't know. It's too early to tell now.
Right in front of your coach.
Yeah.
The fan, where did the breakdowns after that first drive happen in the run game offensively for you all?
There were multiple. Biggest thing was they had trouble getting off to the linebackers, and they float over the top. We didn't get to them like we needed to, and we got beat in a couple of one-on-one situations. And if you don't make yards on first down, then you're in second and third and long, and it just we ended up with too many 3-and-outs there in that second quarter. So first down really helps you a lot on second and third down. We just didn't do a good enough job on first down tonight.
Second row left.
Luke DeCock, who's an observer. You talked a lot about going into this, about kind of trying to figure out what you had and what you were building. Were you surprised at the way things snowballed sort of late in the second quarter into the second half?
Well, we'll just keep working and keep grinding away. We're better than what we were tonight, but we have to go out there and show that and prove it. So nobody's going to do it for us. We'll have to do it ourselves, and that's what we're going to do.
Front row on the right.
Noah Weisskopf, Tar Heel 24/7. What was your message to the team in the locker room after a game like this?
Yeah, I usually keep my comments to the team private between myself and the team. But obviously we have a lot of work to do, and we need to get to it. And that's the long and short of it.
On the right here.
Yeah, Aaron Beard of the AP. We saw you on the field before the game. walking around, watching your team, watching TCU. It's obviously a great environment. I'm curious for what you envisioned of a college game, what this experience was like coming out and participating in that.
That was a great environment tonight. I mean, fans were awesome. It's great energy in the stadium. We just didn't do enough to keep it going. I mean, we got to play better for the energy to be sustainable.
Bill, Brian Marks from The Athletic. You mentioned the fans, the atmosphere was sort of what you were wanting, what you were hoping for. What would sort of be your message to fans who were maybe disappointed by the result and the way that it went as far as sticking with you guys?
What I've just been saying. We're going back to work, and we're going to get better.
On the left.
Aiden Johnson, Tar Heels Wire. Bill, so alluding to the earlier question, short week preparing for Charlotte, what are some of the top things or the top thing you want to see from you guys in practice this week to prepare for another opponent in such a quick time frame?
Yeah, again, the biggest thing is we have to correct some of the mistakes we made tonight. I mean, we just can't perform well doing some of the things that we did. We got to be better than that. And then obviously we got to deal with Charlotte and the problems they present. But we had too many self-inflicted wounds that we have to eliminate before we can, even worry about addressing our opponents. So we'll start with that and then move to Charlotte.
Second row on the left.
Shelby Swanson, the Raleigh News and Observer. Coach, obviously some injuries with the offensive line. To what extent do you feel like that was an issue for you all tonight?
Well, I mean, every injury is an opportunity. So, somebody's out, then somebody else is in. They have an opportunity, and so we'll work with those players and work for them to get better. I think we have enough players. We just have to perform better as a unit. Coach better, play better, work better on our fundamentals. There's no shortcut to it. We just got to work harder and do a better job. That's all there is to it.
Last one right here in the front row.
For clarity's sake on the quarterbacks, if Gio's available Saturday, is he going to start for you guys?
Well, let's see where he's at. I don't know. It's a short week. We'll see. I don't know what his availability is right now, so I don't want to speculate on that.
Thanks, guys.
All right, great. Thank you.
Everything started to go downhill, and what was the mental challenge of not allowing it to continue snowballing, trying to fight against that?
I mean, we just got to be tougher as a team, as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Like, just taking it day by day, practice by practice, drill by drill. And when it comes to game time, we just got to be tougher all around and compete better as a team.
Is there a point in time that you look back right now, I know it's just after the game, you thought, wow, this was getting out of hand, and you felt maybe a little bit helpless in that sense?
I mean, absolutely. I wouldn't say we felt helpless at all. Like, we still kept grinding, we still kept pushing, and to try to get some production out of that game. But all in all, like, we lost the game at the end of the day, and it didn't go our way. But we still kept going for it.
Editorials on the side. I know there wasn't really a whole lot going for you guys, but the crowd and the environment seemed to be awesome. What do you have to say about them and showing up for you guys?
We absolutely appreciate Tar Heel Nation. And we would need that every single week. Absolutely. We're sorry we let y'all down, and it won't happen again. We promise you that. Sure.
Let's go to Brian back here. You guys seem pretty confident in the weeks leading up to this game. How much of a shock or disappointment was the effort that you guys put out there tonight?
It's definitely disappointing, but it's just back to the drawing board again. We're gonna go hard. We're gonna go hard every single day this week, going into Charlotte, and make sure that never happens again.
Let's go to Jeremiah.
You haven't had a chance to really look at it and everything like that, but I guess how would you evaluate the sense of cohesion, connectivity, for you guys as a unit going into the game, and then also just kind of in reflecting after the game, considering how things went?
We're definitely connected as a unit. We're still connected as a unit, defensively, offensively, and as a team. We understand what happened tonight, and we're gonna fix it. We're gonna solve it. Figure out everything we need to do to solve it, and do that.
Brian Marks from The Athletic. Yeah, similar question, but to that point, I mean, morale-wise for yourself, like how do you sort of keep things high? How do you prevent this from, maybe lingering a little bit?
Just try to keep positive energy just all around. Obviously, it's a little negative energy, but as we come together as a team and come together as a band of brothers and realize what happened today, it's a team. It's a team. It's from top to bottom, from coaches all the way down to players. So. Yeah, we just got to go back to the drawing board, like I said.
David?
how did you feel like the game plan, was the game plan, had that prepared you for what you saw tonight, or were you kind of surprised by some of the things that TCU did that they had success with?
We were prepared for the night. We were prepared. But it just didn't go in our favor. So.
Ken, would you say this was the team that you guys saw in preseason? I mean, you guys, the way you guys practiced this preseason, did your performance tonight surprise you guys in any way?
Nah, we knew there was a tough team. We knew there was a competitive team. We knew that they were going to come in our house and try to beat us. We knew no team was going to give us anything. So, yeah, that definitely wasn't a factor of anything. Like, we knew what we had. We knew the opponent very well, and we just didn't execute at the times we did.
Time for a few more, Jalen.
Kaleb, how would you describe the mood in the locker room after the game, and what did Coach Belichick say to you guys?
We're just moving forward. Just moving forward. I mean, the mood is fine. The mood, obviously, people are obviously we're angry as a team, but like I said, it's back to the drawing board, and we're going to use that to take the practice and take the next opponent.
Let's go to Dennis in the back. You talk about the guys rallying together after this loss. Who are those leaders in the locker room? Because so many new guys on the team.
Everybody.
That leadership comes with time.
Everybody.
I'm sorry?
Everybody.
Everybody?
Everybody.
And last one here in front of
Can you talk a little bit about the impact of that 75-yard touchdown run in the first play, the second half, and kind of what went wrong on that play?
I mean, it was a good run on them. Like, it was a competitive play on them. He broke out and made a good run, obviously. We just got to compete, like keep competing just to the end, like regardless of the situation or regardless of the play that just happened before or after, whether it's a good play or a bad play, like we got to keep going. Because obviously, like, the game went good at the beginning and it started going downhill. But even with the good things, like, we got to keep our foot on their neck, like regardless.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Kaleb. We'll be right back next time.
Thanks, Kaleb.
We got quarterback Max Johnson here. We'll start with the back room. Let's go to Jeremiah.
To get that touchdown throwing to your brother, given everything that you've been through up until now.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I'm blessed to be able to play football again, and just want to give God all the credit. Man, I'm so blessed just to be here and playing this game that I love, but what even, more special moment to have that, moment with my brother. All the hours and times that we've had in high school, and then we had played at A&M together, and what a special moment. So.
Let's go to Aaron here.
Nice. Aaron Beard to the AP. There's been so much attention and buzz about Coach Belichick coming in. I'm curious, how would you describe your feeling right now of a game that really got away from you guys? Is it shock? I mean, how do you sort of reconcile what happened?
No, I mean, I thought we were prepared for the game. We prepared, for a week and a half now for TCU specifically. But we've been working on our fundamentals for, this whole past year. And, I thought we were prepared for the game, but, it didn't go our way. We got to do a better job executing.
Let's go to Andrew.
Andrew Jones, Tar Heel 24/7. Aside from the outcome tonight, it would be impossible to describe you other than being victorious and being a success tonight. The fact that you walked onto the field and played, given where you were this time a year ago. Can you kind of process that? And I know that you guys are competitive, want to win, but is there any emotion intertwined with processing that?
I wouldn't say I wasn't. I mean, I was just so thankful and happy to be out there. I just, threw the touchdown and threw the go ball to Vari and just gave God the glory just for, just being blessed to be able to be out there. I can't, I couldn't see myself, a year ago being where I am now. But I always trusted that, I had, my faith in Christ and how that kind of motivated me to get my, my leg healthy. And, but yeah, we got to do a better job of executing, and, we'll be ready to go next week.
Let's go to Adam.
Max, it obviously couldn't have been a better start for you guys out of the gate. What did you make of the adjustments that TCU was able to make and the adjustments that it seemed like you guys weren't? Like, what did you think changed? How did they change the game? And how were you guys not able to react to what they were able to do?
I think we just, we got to communicate better with each other, with, what we're with what we're doing. They made some good adjustments. We made some adjustments coming out of halftime, but we just we gotta go out there and execute better. We had some things that were there, and we just gotta do a better job of going out there, competing every single play, and throughout the whole game.
Let's go to Dave.
Max David, Head with ESPN. You kind of walk us through, obviously you go through the competition. When you don't get the job, what was kind of your emotional response to it? And then how did you kind of prepare yourself to be ready for tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I've been in, multiple quarterback battles in, my career in college, and it's crazy. There's ups and downs, and, you win some and then you lose some, and you just kind of find a way to, maximize your spot and where you are. Whether you're a starter, you're preparing to play, whether you're the backup, you're preparing to play. It doesn't matter. So I think I was prepared to play this game, and I prepared like I was a starter. I thought I had a good camp. I was fully healthy the whole time, and, just tried to work my butt off, and, I felt like I was just happy to be out there and, play again and throw the ball, and just very blessed.
Let's go to Shelby.
Sorry, I'm curious, with Gio Lopez and his start obviously wasn't going as well for him as you would have thought. What were you saying to him on the sideline just to kind of encourage him to stay with you?
I think it's just doing a good job of kind of keeping him, motivated and keeping the guys going. He's, started off hot and, kind of got slow for a minute, but I think hopefully, I haven't talked to him, hopefully he's feeling better, but he's a good player, and I think we learned a lot from each other, just being able to bounce off ideas from each other, and just encourage each other.
Let's go to Bridget here.
Brandon Marks from The Athletic. In your football career, you've obviously seen a lot of different stadiums, a lot of different atmospheres. How would you sort of compare this one to some of the others you've seen? And then also for fans who are maybe disappointed by the outcome tonight, what would you say to them as far as sticking with it?
It was special. Come out there and see the lights, the Carolina blue lights. I mean, it was really special to be able to run out, out of that tunnel and kind of see everybody cheering, and it was awesome just to kind of feel the whole vibe of the stadium. But I would just say to all the Carolina fans, don't lose hope. I mean, we're going to continue to put our best foot forward. We're going to continue to work and trust in each other. So.
Let's go to Brian.
Yeah, Max, off of David's question, did you feel like the competition was close? Did you feel like you might get the call that you were the starter, and then you've been through it where you are the starter, you get hurt? The opportunity that may present itself here moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that I had a good fall camp. I thought I performed well. I expected to play. I mean, that's the way I'm always thinking. I'm never gonna I'm not gonna doubt myself. So I had faith in the way I competed in fall camp, but I was ready to go tonight. So.
Let's go to Jeremiah in the back.
Yeah, Max. When Bill and Kaleb were in here, they were kind of talking about a regrouping, so to speak, back to the drawing board type of mentality. For you, from an offensive perspective, what do you think is that first maybe a couple of priorities that you guys need to kind of hone in on and work on?
I just think we've got to communicate better, just with each other. We got to encourage each other, uplift each other. We know that it wasn't a great showing for us tonight, so I think we got to just. Like they said, just get back to the drawing board and dial up some things and get going.
Let's go to Noah here.
Noah Weisskopf, Target 24/7. What was it like jogging onto the field there in the game? Just what went through your head and what were you thinking? What were you
Again, I was just so happy to be out there. There was not a nervousness. I've played a bunch of college football, so I felt confident in myself to go out there and execute what was called. But again, just want to give God all the glory and the credit for allowing me just to, be able to play the game of football still.
Hey, Max, like you said, you've been through this multiple times. I know you went through this your freshman year at LSU and then, of course, at A&M. What do you think when you go on the field, especially when your team's down? What do you tell yourself? What do you do on the field? Just kind of get everything going, get everybody together, especially in such a tough time.
Yeah, everybody goes through tough times, but it's just, being able to encourage, others around you, bring others up and uplift them. Just telling them to keep fighting, put it on film, because it's going to get watched. So, just keep fighting, put your best foot forward, never give up. That's the thing that we will not do here is we will never give up.
And last one for Aiden here.
Max, Aiden, obviously you wanted to go into the game. I imagine, obviously going in for a team that who's injured is not the ideal situation, but you went in, you provided some offensive spark. And I just talk about being able to throw that pass to your brother.
Yeah, I mean, we threw a couple touchdowns together when we were at Texas A&M. Man, it was. I honestly didn't even know he was in the game. My brother was. I knew the play was called. We had a tight end there. I didn't know it was Jake at first, and then once I threw it to him, it was what a special moment. Just to celebrate with him, it just felt like we were little kids again. Playing pee wee football and just going out there and celebrating. But we got to come to work next week and put on a better show.
Perfect. Thanks so much, everybody. That's all for tonight.
Thank y'all.